Hello there and welcome. As voted by community, we are going to make infantry unit comparison in Company of Heroes 3. So in this video you will see per faction and then in general in the game which faction has the strongest infantry unit per category. Before we also start, if you would enjoy and if you would like to see more of these videos, leave a proposal down below what we should compare next, and don't forget to subscribe. Now, since there are lots of infantry units in the game, before we go and show you the list, we have to set up some ground rules. Rule number 1. We are not including pioneers or AT infantry in these categories. Rule number 2, we will have 2 categories and 3 ranges. Categories are units in cover or in no cover, and ranges are close, mid and long range. Rule number 3, all infantry units will be compared with all of the possible passive buffs and upgrades they can get either from the game or battle groups. So for example, this means that Panzer Grenadiers from DAK can get upgrade from combined arms if vehicle is close. They will have their LMG which they can upgrade, and also we will give them the LMG from Italian infantry as well. Rule number 4. We will only showcase infantry units that will win in the category and ranges either in their faction or in total. Rule number 5. We will rank best German infantry unit, best allied infantry unit per faction, and then compare these two lists and have final definitive unit comparison. First, we are going to rank German infantry units per faction, and then we will compare best unit per category and range between German faction to make a definitive list for German infantry. So, let's start with Wehrmacht. For Wehrmacht in category in cover, per ranges we have these rankings. Close range best unit is Panzer Grenadiers, mid-range best unit is Strasstruppen, and long-range unit in cover is Strasstruppen. For Wehrmacht in category without cover, per ranges we have that the best close range unit is Panzer Grenadiers again, mid-range same Strasstruppen, and long-range unit is Strasstruppen. So in general we can see that Panzer Grenadiers are best at close range regardless of cover or no cover, while mid and long range for Wehrmacht regardless do they have cover or no, Strasstruppen are the number 1. So we have ranked the Wehrmacht infantry units. Now we are left to compare infantry units of DAK Deutsche Afrika Korps. And let's start straight off the bat with the best units in cover per ranges for DAK. So for close range best unit are Gustatiori, and mid-range best unit in cover as well is Gustatiori. For long range unit in DAK, the best infantry unit is Panzer Grenadiers. Now let's speak about no cover category. So if infantry units are in no cover per ranges, best unit in all categories, close, mid and long range for DAK are Panzer Grenadiers. And this is if they have upgrades from their LMG, they have LMG from Italian infantry, they have bonus for combined arms if vehicle is close by, and also if they get upgrade for 1 additional infantryman from their tech center. For final list of best German infantry units in Company of Heroes 3 in patch 10.1, we have per categories these findings. So in category in cover per ranges we have this. Close range best unit is Gustatori, mid-range best unit is Gustatori, long range best unit is Strasstruppen. So let's just speak a little bit about this. Close range and mid-range Gustatiori with their double flamethrowers are unmatched. So because of the bonus from the flamethrower, if you are fighting from cover against Gustatori, they will win against any German infantry. Long range best unit is Wehrmacht Strasstruppen because when they're upgraded with LMG they are super duper good. Now, speaking about category of no cover for infantry units per ranges, we have these findings. Close range best unit is Panzer Grenadiers. Mid-range best unit as well is Panzer Grenadiers from DAK, so Deutsche Afrika Korps Panzer Grenadiers, and long range best unit is Strohstruppen. So from these findings, we can see that basically in category of no cover per ranges, that Panzer Grenadiers are doing really well when they have all of the upgrades, when everything is combined, while long range Strohstruppen are still holding out as the best infantry unit for Germans. It is also interesting now when we compare the category when infantry is fighting from cover and no cover, that basically Deutsche Afrika Korps is dominating close to mid-range combat for German factions, while Wehrmacht, with the help of Strohstruppen, is dominating the long-range fight. Now we will rank Allied infantry units per faction, and same like with the German factions and German units, we will compare best unit per category and the range between Allied factions first to make definitive list, and then we will compare the definitive list of Allies against German best infantry. So first on the list are US forces, and we will start with category in cover per ranges. And for US forces, they have, I think, one of the smallest rosters of infantry units which they can use. And in general, Allied have less of a roster than Germans. And for all ranges in category, while infantry is in cover, so close, mid and long range, SSF commando unit is the best unit which you can have. Now, speaking about US forces in category of no cover per ranges, so if infantry units are in no cover when fighting, in close and mid range we still have SSF commando, while long range best unit are paratroopers. So finally we have something different. But in general, SSF commando for US forces is the best infantry you can get, besides long-range fights. If you are fighting in no cover whatsoever cover, then the best infantry you can get are the paratroopers upgraded with LMGs. And if you have thought that US forces rank list is weird and that they have domination of SSF commandos on the list, that they're the best infantry unit which they can get, well, I have to tell you that Brit did one up. Basically, there is only one up left and they did it. So for British forces, and this will be one of the easiest rankings in making for all of the factions, is that in all of their categories, in cover or outside the cover, best infantry unit for all ranges, close, mid and long range, regardless do they have cover or are they fighting in the open, are Gurkhas when they are upgraded with Bren guns. So Gurkhas are the best. If they are fighting at close range, Thompson upgrade obviously, but everything else Bren guns, and they are the best infantry unit which Brits can have. For final list of best Allied infantry units in Company Heroes 3 in patch 10.1, we have compared US forces and British forces, and basically we just copy pasted the British forces rankings. So Gurkhas will always win against SSF commandos and against paratroopers. So in all categories, so either infantry are fighting in cover from close, mid and long range, or they are fighting outside and in the open without cover in close, mid and long range, the best infantry unit which Allied faction can field and have are the Gurkhas. Okay, so what is left is to make final comparison between two lists which we made. So we are going to make a comparison between best units from both German and Allied factions. We will compare best infantry units from each category and at all ranges to go head to head and select what are the best infantry units in the end, and we will tell you what is also the most valuable unit, or the, let's say, MVP of infantry units in the game, which will be like an extra in my opinion. So let's start. In category, in cover, on close range, the best unit is Gustatori. Mid-range, in cover, best infantry unit are Gustatori again. On long range, best unit while fighting from cover are Gurkhas. So again, we can see that basically the flamethrowers, the passive buff of flamethrower is unprecedented, and you can't fight with it no matter what infantry you are positioning and what upgrade they have. So these are the rankings from cover. Now let's jump to no cover category and check how fight will end in this category on different ranges. So for close range without cover in the open, the best unit are Panzer Grenadiers from Deutsche Afrika Korps. Surprising. So again, I'm just telling you that together with the combined arms, their LMG upgrade, default LMG upgrade, and also Italian infantry LMG upgrade, which they can get, they are the best close range unit if you are fighting outside the cover. Mid-range best unit and long-range best unit outside the cover in the open in the game are Gurkhas. So we can see that in majority of these categories and ranges, best infantry units are specialized infantry units. So this is not just the definitive list, but lists in general. So we see that Gustatori are basically meant for close range combat in cover with their flamethrowers, and they are the best infantry you can get for fighting close to mid-range, because flamethrower has a really big range. They are the best infantry unit you can get. Gurkhas with their Bren and the Enfield rifles, they are reloading super fast, and having one Bren when they're upgraded is super fair. If they had two, they would shred through everything. So Gurkhas, another infantry fighting specialized unit, really sturdy infantry. They don't have any capacity to fight tanks. So majority of these infantry units which we have ranked don't have any capacity to fight against enemy vehicles. Only two infantry units which can engage tanks are Panzer Grenadiers from Deutsche Afrika Korps and SSF Commando, which can switch between LMG and the bazooka. However, in my opinion, I'm now giving you the bonus, the MVP unit in the game with all of the upgrades just must be Deutsche Afrika Korps DAK Panzer Grenadiers. They are MVP for three reasons. First, they are mainline infantry unit. Second is you can get them easily and you get them from the start. And the last, third, but not the least, is that they can deal with enemy vehicles, while, for example, Gurkhas, Strostruppen, and Gustatori cannot. Or even paratroopers. You can get paratroopers, they can get bazooka upgrade, but then they don't get LMG upgrade, and then they are not so competitive as they would usually be if they have LMG upgrade. So these are the rankings. I hope that you enjoyed. We can do some more comparisons. You can leave down below what you would like to see as a new comparison. And yeah, thank you for staying and watching. See you guys.